Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Last month, I happened to watch an interview of a Chinese student studying abroad. At one point, the hostess asked, "For how long have you been away from home?" 3 years, he said. "Then, how do you keep in touch with your parents?" "We wrote emails," the young man replied proudly. "Then I guess your parents learned how to send an email just because of you, right?" Having heard this from the hostess, the young man was speechless for a long time. Indeed, in the world today, it is not easy for the elder generation to keep up to date with the rapid development of technology. This story reminded me of my concerns when I first left home for college 3 years ago. My parents don't understand English. They couldn't identify the buttons marked in English on our remote controls. So, when I was away from home, who would help them select Chinese subtitles when they wanted to watch a foreign movie on our DVD? My parents don't use pinyin, the phonetic symbols for Chinese. Without me, whom could they depend on when they needed to reply to a text message using the keyboard? I worried a lot. So before I left, I carefully prepared a flowchart on how to operate the DVD player and stored as many template messages on my parents' phones as I could possibly think of. Fortunately, my efforts did work for my parents. However, what makes me more optimistic is that our society at large is becoming more concerned about the elder generation. Today, with simple Chinese instructions on the remote control, even my 80-year-old grandfather can play his favorite TV program on the DVD. Last year, with the money I earned from a part-time job, I bought my mother a new cell phone that supports handwritten messages. And now, my mother sends me messages as long as 300 words. The joy I have when reading those text messages is inexpressible. Not only because of the words she writes, but also because our technology has indeed become a real blessing in her life. 2 years ago, the counter service in our neighborhood bank was replaced by an ATM station. My father was not used to such a change. Thereafter, he always walked 3 blocks further to a bank with a counter to use their services. In the future, this will no longer happen. Because when I went to that ATM station again last Spring Festival, I found a delightful change. The terminals there have adopted a voice guidance system. While I was there, I noticed a gray-haired man using the voice instructions. And despite the hesitation when pressing the buttons, he finally left the bank with a satisfactory smile. What a marvel! My vision for the future was unfolding before my very eyes. At that moment, I rejoiced, thinking of my father someday standing there using the banking service. I rejoiced, thinking of myself, that when I become old, the new inventions can still ease my life instead of making things harder. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, the topic for impromptu speech is literature is a significant part of human culture, and some say it can help form aesthetic taste. However, is it necessary for everyone to read poetry, novels, and other types of imaginative literature?
Thank you very much for your question. Literature to our mind is like the food to thought. And I believe whatever vocation we hold, everyone needs a place reserved for the literature works in their heart. Literature makes me wise. By reading Shakespeare's Macbeth, I understood the overarching ambition. By reading the Canterbury Tales, the cautionary tales in Canterbury Tales, I understand that ambition and the greed may kill people in the end. When reading the literature, we understand through the past experience of the old people We are standing on the shoulders of the giants in the past. Literature makes me peaceful. When reading the literature, it's like a reflection of ourselves. When reading the David Copperfield, I remembered my journey to Yan'an City with the children there. When reading the old story in the old South City, I understand the family ties is the most important the most important gift for one's life. Literature made us understand culture more well. There are many virtues in the literature, many traditions in the literature, and many beliefs in the literature. And the different writers, through the literature, they display the most beautiful image of our virtues in different forms. Literature is like a kaleidoscope in front of a flower and display the most beautiful part of mankind. Today, people are busy earning money. People are busy earning their fame. However, deep in our heart, we need to reserve a place for the virtues, for the most beautiful part of our human soul. And that is the most precious part for the literature. Literature awards us what we cannot learn through our own experience. Through the literature, we become who we are. And I believe no matter what vacation we are, no matter what post we are on, we need to read literature as the trees need water and the flower needs sunshine. Our soul needs the nutrition of the literature works. Thank you very much.